Hey folks, we are in fact live, bringing it to you live from my cold, chilly basement. Caslo 29, yep, shirt, wearing the merchandise. Thanks Battle School for their shirt. So yeah, we're gonna be doing solitaire. We're gonna be playing God Save the King, part of my rule set for solitaire for the hassle. Um, Again, this could be one of the last few play tests we do. I think the rule set's pretty established. I think we're good. Whether or not I change one or two things will probably be dependent on how this scenario goes. This is probably going to be the last mission we play test. And then, like I said yesterday, last night, we just have maybe one or two campaign days left to do. And we're going to see how we're going to go. So this is basically what we're looking at. I've already rolled all my parameters. That's all set. And the only thing we got to do now is this here. We're just going to do some heavy weapon generation to see if they have anything in support. So for that, what we're going to do is every suspect that's still red is in an upper location or in a cellar. And every upper location, we're going to roll to see if they generate a heavy weapon. For that, we're looking at table 4B. And let's see what, if anything, that they get. Let's start here at the bottom. We're going to start with this guy here in the good old pillbox. We're looking for a 1, any ones, and we're going to have a generation. Upper floor here, nope. T20, 1 right about there, and then T16. There we go. We finally get 1. What do we get? We have a 3, which is going to be a medium in this location. So it's going to be a 228 crew with a medium. Right off the bat. Not too bad. And a 1 or 2 is going to get a leader with him. He does get a leader. Okay, so what kind of leader are we looking at? A 5 is going to give us a 9-1. All right, so we can deal with that. Give him a medium, give him a 9-1. Nice, healthy start to his attack. Now, unfortunately, he does have a bridge in front of him, and only upper levels he's going to see is maybe this guy over here, so he's not going to help him too much. So we may end up dropping him to the ground level just so that he can bring some fire to bear on those guys there. For now, we're going to leave him up there and concealed. All right, moving up. Let's go with this guy up here on the roof. And the first floor. First floor is a hit. As a 5 is going to be a heavy. No, 8, that's a medium again. And he also gets a leader. So rinse, repeat. What kind of leader are we looking at? Same thing. So that's easy. And this guy over here. Nope. Guy on the roof beside him. Guy right on top of him. And then we go to T8. No. Over to W11. 9. V7. V8. Wait, that's V8. V7. Not getting a lot of weapons here, so we may have to see something here. And we're also going to check guys in orchards as well. So let's do this guy here. Actually, we've missed a couple. These 3 here. So this guy here. T14 and U14. So a lot of 6s. This guy here. All right, he comes in as a... Oh, here we go. I was hoping to get a mortar, and we do. All right, so we have an 81 mortar, finally. That way we can start dropping some smoke on those pesky Brits and cover our attack. Now he's going to have a hill in front of him. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to activate one of these guys on top here as a spotter. So let's use this guy here. We'll get rid of this, and we're going to put in a 248 spotter. He's just going to do that. Now this is not in the rule, but again, as you probably see me mention several times, sometimes the bot just needs a helping hand, and this is one of those cases. If you're going to place a mortar behind a hill, it can't see shit. It makes sense that a real person would probably have something like this set up. So I see no problem with doing that for their benefit. Okay, this guy here, nothing. This orchard here, this guy. S6 is also going to be activated as a medium with the leader. 10, 7, 0. Okay, medium with a 7, 0. You here. And S5, 5 as well. Another mortar would be nice. We got a heavy, though. Heavy's not too bad. Heavy is not too bad. Now, I can't put him in a trench because he's behind the hedge, and he would not be able to see. Does he get a leader with him? He does. As a 7, it's going to give him an 8-1. So we do have some support. Not horrible. I would have preferred a couple more. But I guess we'll take what we can get. This guy. And it's going to be another medium. With a 4 is a 9-1. So we have another medium with a 9-1. All right, guy up here on the first level. That is nothing on the roof. On the first level in W2, and the trench is nothing, and then U1 roof, first level. Orchard in S3, and R1. R1 is not active either. All right, so looks like we are set with our weapons. We got a mortar and we got a couple of machine guns to blast our way forward. Everything else is going to be on the attack except for the red. The red are going to be staying solid for now. What I'm probably going to do is, do I have that in my rule? I don't believe I do. I may add a rule here, run number 8, that's on, the game's going to go at least 11 turns. So if we make it beginning on turn 8, make a die roll, and if it is less than or equal to the AC number, then all remaining suspects assume the advance attitude. And that'll turn all those guys that are still in the upper floors into advanced attitude. Get them off their asses and start the attack. I think we'll do that. So all these reds will eventually, if nothing else by turn 8 or so, start joining the attack. All right, so we're set. We have mild breeze from the northeast, and we have no gust, moderate EC, and we have the turn. Let's go, wind change. No reinforcements yet. RE. We start off with an RE. Isn't that freaking lovely? Turdy tree. What is a 33 going to get us? Probably painful. A counterattack. Oh, God. Well, suspect close to friendly known unit is checked for activation. All right, so we have 3 hexes away. 3 hexes away, 2 hexes away. So you are the closest friendly unit. All within 3 are checked for as well. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You guys are all going to be checked for activation. Well, you guys are already in advanced attitude. So the only ones going to be changed are the 3 up in the top, which is kind of funny that we just did that. But let's check for activation. AC is going to be a 3, and our modifiers that we're looking at are going to be advanced attitude is -1, adjacent to friendly control, not applicable, non-applicable. So we need a 3 or less for them to switch to advanced attitude. So let's use our AC dice. 1, 2, 3. Look at that. So they're all switching to blue. Okay, well, isn't that convenient? Let's go to prep fire. And of course, we do start off with a 100mm artillery strike. And we're going to use that to drop smoke because we want to cover our attack. Now, British strategy, by the way, that we're using here. You can see my defenses. Now, we know we're going to get attacks coming from the north, from the west, as well as this guy's attacking from the east. And they're going to get reinforcements from the east as well, per this rule right over here that you can just see here. So I had to have like an all-around defense. I'm not going to get anything coming across the bridge, so there's that. What I've done is all my walking wounded, which I have 10 squads, I've set up in the frontal area to take the brunt of this attack down to the south because they're my weakest guys. So if they die early, it's not going to be much of a loss. I do have a couple of 648s to buffer them and give them a little bit of staying power. So hopefully they do a good job. And then eventually they're going to fall back into the center and H block. This is my headquarters. And everything in there is going to be fanatic. I've used my extra fortifications to fortify that. So I should do a good job of holding it off. And I do have a good killing field in this area because it is wide open. And basically it's a hedgehog defense. They're going to all collapse into block H as my attacks hopefully start withering away the SS. That's the general plan. All right, so let's get to some firing. Let's zoom in first. All right, you guys are all moving. You're on the first level. The only thing you can see is this guy here on the first level. 1, 2. You'd be firing through the orchard too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It'll be a 4 up 4, 2 up 4, down 1. So 2 up 3, which is not a great shot. So I think I'm going to move you down to the ground floor instead. So let's do one of these. You don't panic. And that means we can put you under a move marker. Here we got a mortar. So can the spotter and the mortar act? They don't panic, so they can. So that guy's going to stay concealed. This guy is going to spot, and we're going to drop smoke. Now we're elite. We have a smoke 11. Jesus. Spotting will drop that by 2 for a, well, which will replace the +2 for fire and smoke. So let's drop a smoke shell on this guy here. O5. Let's do O5 first, and then we'll do the OBA. All right, we're going to drop a smoke shell into O5. That's good enough to get it in. No rate, and we are done with that. Marking with a prep. A couple machine guns, eh? I have to do my OBA now, so let's do the artillery strike. And we're going to land that as a smoke concentration. I think we want to land it on this guy, or do I want to land it here? This is pretty deadly. It's a big stack of guys, and I want to advance across this open area. So I think we're going to target... let's look at what 8.7 says. Stick a little bit to the rules. Might not help. All right. Priority list. VPO. Hex containing the most friendly units. Closest to the enemy board edge. And everything's concealed. So it's probably going to be this guy here. Maybe this guy here. So that according to the rules, these two would probably be the ones we want to affect the most. So I think I'm okay with that. OBA, let's use U. We'll end it on this guy. Now we have a 4 less to be accurate. We are accurate, so we can just land it in place as a smoke barrage. I realized I just fired my mortar one and wasted that one. All right, so we got some screen. We have these guys to be able to advance. And I guess that's going to be it for firing. You guys are going to go on op fire. Assuming they do not panic. 9-1 and the 8-1. No conscripts and that. So you guys are fine. So we're just going to put you guys on op fire. And then we'll go to move. All right, so we'll start with this guy at the top. We're just going to go 1. This guy here is going to temporarily reveal himself. Look, I'm here. And this guy will activate. That's going to be no activation. I need counters. Oop, that was the wrong one. We'll go with this guy here. Come here for 1. This guy here is going to temporarily reveal himself. That will be enough to force this guy to activate. Again, a 5 is going to be nothing. I don't see this going very well for the Germans. This guy here is going to go 1. This guy's blocked because of that. You can reveal yours now. Again, activation. We have another 5. Yeah, that's not going to go well. What are my AC options? Three and 4, eh? Well, I guess we'll just have to go with that. All right, this guy here is going to come here for 1. This same guy will be revealed, so we'll activate as a 3 is enough to activate. On the table for Brinkman, is 7 is going to be, are you serious? Wow. You guy here. That'll be 2. That'll be 3. This is gonna suck. 1 to 3, he heads north, so he does that for 1. 2 becomes seen. 4 is -1 for having somebody within 2. That will be enough to activate. As a 8 on the Brinkman is going to be a half squad with a 7, with a 251 or a 250-10. 251. And that was 3, eh? Well, I don't think I'm going to fire at it. It's only half squad and a half track. Let's go 3, 4, 5. Let's stop there for 6. The half squad is going to dismount. And we're just going to hang out there for now. You going to head to the north for 2, 3, 4. You become seen there. Within 2, you'll be activated. As a 9 on Brinkman is a squad with a 1. Mounted in a 251 or accompanied on a die roll less than 2. So it's going to be mounted in a 251-1. Two, 3, 4. Now that is more of a dire threat. They are crew exposed. I could hit them with one of my machine guns here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Would be a +2. Let's do a command die roll for the 10-2. Already using command. I'm going to fire the heavy with the leader. And let's do a 6 flat against that squad. I think it's an okay time to fire. Unless I do that. All right, that's 4. Let's go for 5. Let's go 6. If I want to dismount, I need to have 4 left. That means I have to have 12. Can't use more than 12 moves. So if I jump the hedge, don't bog, that's 1 more. It would cost me 2 more to enter this location. Stop for 10. I can dismount. There's no point firing because it's going to be a +7. It's a British MG. It better not be an 11. Jesus, you had me worried there, Frank. British HMG should not be an 11. Can you imagine? Yeah, wow. All right, so then we do this guy here. Right, we're going to come south for 3, 4. This would be 5. And that'll be 6. Enough to activate. That would be -1 for friendly within 2. As a 6 on the Brinkman chart. The superscript 6 means it could be a Volks Grenadier on a 4 or more. And it's not. So it's going to be SS. We're going to have smoke and a leader. Leader's going to be a 6, which is an 8-1. Squad is going to be a 4. I haven't even rolling squads, so it's an 8-3-8 assault engineer. So we have an 8-3-8 with a smoke grenade and a A1. Moke maybe got him. And an 8-1. You here. You're going to go 1, 2, 3. You'll become visible there. Active. Oh, wrong one. Activated. That would be a no. You here. You're going to go 1, 2. Fail to activate. You step over the wall. Going this way. All right, so you're going to be activated as a 5. Again, we could have Volks Grenadier, which we don't. SS Squatty is an 8, which is a 658. And a 658 and a leader. 8-1. Ammo shortage 1. You're correct. You're correct. That's right. I forgot ammo shortage 1. You know what's funny, Frank? I even wrote notes down here too. I wrote the notes down here too. Shortage 1. You're correct. Ammo shortage 1. Yeah. So they broke their heavy. I need to write bigger notes. All right, so we have equals 0 mod. Doesn't it count? HMG's good, eh? I gotta look at that up. Ammo shortage. It's yeah, all support weapon original breakdowns are decreased by 1 during an ammunition shortage. That's A19. So the breakdown should be an 11. It doesn't affect a hit die roll, but it will affect a 11, 8.11 permanent breakdown. Um, let me look at a bridge too far. Breakdown number is 0. You're correct. Yeah. All right. So level 1 is 0. 12 is original for substitution. ELR loss is +1. Okay, so they changed the rulebook. All right. You're right. So this time it's actually 0. Normally it would be malfunction, but they modified that. At 2, it starts to drop. Okay. All right. We have 2 SS 658s, and we have an 8-1. Which I'm going to have to fire on now with something. Seven, 4. I guess I can unload with my my medium. So let's do a 4 down 2 shot. That's a 4 on the 4. Should be a 2. No, it's only a 1. 1 MC. Hey, Carlo. Thank you very much for staying. 1 MC. So leader is broke. 658, 658. Heat of battle. Okay. Random atmospheric noise. That's where random.org gets their dice numbers from. Heat of battle. So that's going to be fanatic. No, because you're already elite. That's a -1, which is going to just make it a heroic. So you're going to get a hero generated. Not going to get battle hardened or fanatic. And this guy will be your ELR is 4, 3. So you're going to be a disrupted half squad. No, wait, you're going to be reduced to a your morale's not underlined. Yeah. All right. So I'm going to have to replace you with a 548. And you're going to be a half squad. And then we have 2 residual in that location. And my IFT die roll was a 5 on the colored die, so no rate of fire either. All right, you, my man, you're moving. So you're going to come here for 2 or 1. That'll be activation. A 3 is activated as a 5. You're going to be the same. Not Volks Grenadier. You're going to be SS. A 9 will get us to 658. And an 838 Assault Engineer. A leader is going to be a 5. 9-1. And we also get a smoke grenade, which I probably should have dropped here, but I think I forgot. So let's put a smoke grenade there. I'm not going to fire anything because I don't think I have. Well, I could fire the 57. It would be on the 6 table with a +2. 1 for the hedge would be a +3. -1 would be a +2. Would be a 6 to hit, and then on the 6 table. And I need my own command die roll because I have no LOS because of all that smoke. All right, so let's fire the gun. Using command. Let's fire to hit. Hit, it is not a critical because I needed a 2 or less. I did hit a sniper though, and I do have rate. And let's do on the 6 table. 5 on the 6 is a 1 check for the 9-1. Broken, 658, and 838. Hitting task check, 1 and 2. You're pinned, you are not. All right, so we pinned or broke the leader, which is great. Pinned one of the squads, which is pretty good. And we maintain rate. We triggered a sniper, however. No sniper. Okay, good. Next up, we got you. You're going to go 1, 3. Oh, rate of fire. Or residual. That'd be 2 in that location. 1, 3, 4. We have activation. The 9 is going to give us a squad. Looks like we're going to get a engineer squad in a vehicle, which is going to be 251-1. And we have a assault engineer. That was 4. 5 would take us over the hedge. Oh, he bogged. He bogged. Damn it. Hedge. Hedge is... It is bog terrain. God damn it. Scheiße. Well... He's bogged. Okay, well, I guess he stopped. So that means we can dismount, which we're going to do. And the truck will be bogged. I'll just use the counter. You. You're going to come this way for 2. activated. AFV in the squad. Nice. Nice. All right, AFV, we have a 5. A frickin' tiger. Good. No, wait, that's a 7. I can't count. Tiger. Okay. Kerblamo. Alrighty. So we spent 5 there. And a squatty is going to be a 10 is a 548 as a rider. Now he's got 12 move. We must blow him up. How do we blow him up when this guy is wrong way? 57 cannot penetrate the front, I don't think. 11 frontal, eh? What are we looking at? 57 long. 15. I need a 4 less to penetrate the turret. Oh, wait, turret's up armored. I need to hit the hull. Needs to be a hull hit. Hey, wait a minute. That could be... No, that wouldn't qualify as a belly shot, would it? I would need a 4 or less to penetrate the hull. Not to mention I would have to pivot my gun. That would be a +6 to hit. +8 because he's in motion. I've only seen him for, well, that wouldn't count because he spent 5 to go up there, so it'll be +6. Large target would bring it down to a +5. +5 to hit would be a 5 or less I need to hit him. Has to be a hull hit. That'd be through the front there, Frank. The this vertex here, this is all frontal. These ones here. If it was anyway, if it came through R8, R7, that would be a flank shot. But if it's through here, not the his covered arc is this way. Here, let me draw it in. Might be easier. My understanding is, anyways. The covered arc is this, but the armor comes this way as the front. This is the side, and this would be the rear. This is my understanding of it. Even the side shot would still be an 8 from 14, although that's, I mean, it's better obviously than a frontal, but let me confirm that looking at the book for a second. I could be wrong. Yeah, no, I'm right there. Yeah, so the side is it's those arcs. They should have expanded on the hexes a little bit and carried them out a little bit further, rather than just have the adjacent hex around the vehicle. Any rate, I think I have to take that shot. It's a frickin' tiger. I can't let it get close. I'm too far away for a Piat. Not that I have one in range anyways. I could drop a mortar smoke bomb on it with a spotter. Yeah, I am not ready for a king tiger or tiger. We're gonna have to rotate. I got ready to fire, so let's do that. Counterclockwise. That's gonna be a +6. Motion vehicle is a +8. Large target would bring it down to a +7. Where did I get 5 from? Height advantage as well. Shit. I'm gonna need snake eyes. It's gonna be. I'm gonna need snake eyes to frickin' hit. I need rate of fire so I can get a decent shot. Discarding Sabo. APDS. I think that's what that is. APDS. 57 long. No. D 57 long. 18. I could have an 18 with this with APDS. Well, I'm just gonna fire normally. AP. I need snake eyes to hit, so I need a critical. All right. Well, that sucks. That sucks. Well, I guess I could final fire the squads against the troops riding on top. They'll be on the 2 table. No, 1 table because they're long range. I can't fire at them. They're too far away. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's me. SASL 29. I got the medal for the most 12s. Most 12s rolled in the tournament. God damn it. I know the dice don't listen, but come on, man. The dice got to be listening. I guess I can fire this guy here. Let's do that. I'll fire a 6. That's hazardous, so it's going to be riders, I think, are -1. I guess there's no modifier for being a rider. You're just open ground. Of a D20 rolling a 1. Yeah. Yep. Yep. I've fumbled a few swords in my life too. So, all right. So let's do a 6 flat shot against those dudes riding on the tank. And luckily they're British. So they don't. That would be 2 residual, eh? 5. If I come down the hill for 6, stop for 7, I could unload. I could pop smoke as well. So I'm at 5 now. Go down for 6, 7, 8. Pop smoke in 09. Spin my turret. That would force a bailout from the guys. Put them on the ground. And then they could just advance into the building. Wow. All right, we're going to do that. We're going to do that. All right, so we're going to keep moving forward. That'll be 6. Oh, that'll be 6. I'm going to have to final you guys. It's going to be on the 2. Flat. 5 on the 2 is an NMC, which they fail, so they have to bail. I'm a poet. I didn't know it. Break and a morale check for bailing, which they pass. All right, so I broke them before they could enter my location. Tank's going to stop there and give them some protection. All right, and that is 1 residual there. I thought they were going to be in this building on the first turn. Next, we got you. And we're going to go... that would be 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, that's activated. The Brinkman is a possible Volksgrenadier. Yes, all right. So we're having a 447, and it is normal. So they both must be the same, and they're going to have a Wehrmacht leader as well. Leader is going to be a 7 with a +1 for being +2 is a 9, so we're going to have an 8-0 leader. And unfortunately, I have nothing to fire at him except for this guy here. So I'm just going to hold fire. You guys are done. You here. Be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Three, 4, 5, 6. I think I could use a couple 6s for activation right now. Let's do this guy first, V10. It'll be 2, 4, 6. You. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're going to go 2, 4, and you won't have enough to go up the next level. You. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you won't have enough to move either. 1, 3, 5. Activation. We have a 4, which will not be enough. So you're a dummy. And then you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Brinkman says you're a dummy too. All right. Now you've only got one way to go, so we're just going to move you here, activate as a 5, another squad leader. So this could be Volks Grenadier again, which you are, and a leader. That up 2 is going to be another 7-0. I can't shoot you because nothing has eyes on you. So we're going to come here for 2. Yeah, 2. We're going to unload, and that's going to be a total of 8 down 3. No, down 2. Height advantage, we'll get rid of non-assault. Down 2. So 8 down 2. Well, dead. Yep, 3K. Damn. And you. 2. Activated as a tank would be another 5. How many 5s am I going to roll? Another Volks Grenadier. Another 7-0. Well, that's not going to work on over the hill. That's not going to work going over the hill, so... If I come back down, that would be 3, 4, 5, 6. I'd still get shot up, but at least it would be down here, not by these guys. No, what we're going to do is we're going to just move 1 here, and then these guys are going to move here. 7-0 stay behind to do rallies if you need to. And then we're just going to advance forward in the advance phase. All right, you. You're going to go 1, 2, 3. Activated as a 4. We have a spug. And we have a squad. Squad's going to be 658. And what do we get for an SPG? 5. So we could have a Stu 42 or a Stug 3G. Looks like we're getting a Stu 42. I'm going to use. We'll stay hatches down. We We got smoke discharges and smoke. Now we expend 2 move. No. 1, 2, 3. 3 move. Wait, that was a vehicle. So that was 1, 5, 6. We're actually up at 6 move. If we come one more, it'll be 7, 8, pop smoke. Yeah, we're going to come to here. And when we enter this location, we're going to pop smoke, which we get off. That would be a pivot. +6, +7. Height advantage would be a +8. I would need a snake eyes to hit again. So I'm not going to bother trying to rotate and take it out, even before the smoke went down. One, two, three, 4. All right, so I think we're set up there on the hill now. We have some cover. You here. You're going to go 2. This guy's going to say hi. You're going to activate. And you are within 2, so that does. As a 6, which is going to be a squad. Possible Valks Grenadier. Nope, SS. 658. And a leader. This is 7. A1. And we also get smoke. Smoke grenade is in place. One, two, three, four, 5, 6 hexes away. Do we want to shoot? That would be a net +1 with the move non-assault. We could fire at it with a combined 8. Halved is 4 + 2 is on the 6 table. Would be a 6 of 1 shot. I think that's worthwhile to try. Let's get the 10-2 command die roll. Drop that. First fire with a 6 up 1. 8 on the 6 is a pinning task check leader. And the squatty. Well, at least we got that. And that was 3. Squad can still move 1, so let's do that. Let's move him here. You guys up here that didn't fire because you had no target. Actually, no, we'll keep that. We're just going to move to the ground floor, and that'll give you a target to the those guys that fired. All right, now the blues are going to go on the attack. First of all, you're going to do the same thing down to the ground floor. And we'll start with you. You're coming here for 1. This guy's going to say peekaboo. You're going to activate as a 8 under Grabner. 8 is an escort. which could be a 12. Oof. KFZ4. That's not really anything. Hmm. Okay. Um, alrighty then. Armored car or truck. Does have 6 firepower in this AMG. It's not completely useless. Let's do it. Let's fire. Let's fire the 648. We'll keep the 447 concealed for now, and we're going to use the 10-2. So it's going to get rid of the CE protection. It's going to be a 6 flat. 7 on the 6 is an NMC, and they are shunned. Next up, and that would be a 2 residual. In that location, we're going to come here for the same. This guy's going to say, hi, how's it going? And we're going to roll a 1. Generates a 7, which is nothing. You guys are advanced attitude, so you're going to come downstairs for 1. And come in here for 2. You're not going to act. Oh, wait, you'll be within 2, so that's fine. An 8 is an escort again. Yep. And 7 is a SD KFZ 62. Getting a lot of these anti-air half-track armored car variants showing up. I'm going to have to fire at that because, again, it's just going to kill me. We need another leader. Oh, I don't have one. All right, this guy needs a command die roll. He's in command. Let's fire with a 4 up 2. No effect. You're going to stop and we'll fire. I'll fire in the advancing fire phase. You're going to do the same. Go down to the ground floor. 2 residual. And then you're going to go 2. That will not be activation. So that means you come here. Buddy in the bunker is going to leave the bunker. That will not be activation. You. Come here for 1. You only have 1 way to go. I tell you, the 6s, they're racking up. All right, which way are you going? You're going to go south for 3. And then here for 4. Activate as a nothing. You. That would be 2. 2 residual. Yeah, you'll enter that. 2 residual, eh? AC is a 5. However, you're not good enough to activate. This is getting ridiculous. All right, you're going to have to go down to 2 floors. That's 2. And then you're going to go north for 4. And then that'll be 5. Activated as a 4. On Grabner was a squad leader support weapon. All right, so squad leader and support weapon. We have SS 658. We have a 5. Down 1 is a 9-1. And a 10 gets us... Oh, wait. Just 1 die. We have an LMG. Now, a 4 was also smoke. So we do get a smoke grenade off automatically, and that helps. Command die roll. All right, you don't panic. That's great. Now that's going to be a 4 plus 1. No effect. What did I do here? These guys were not supposed to be here. I think I inadvertently stacked these guys. I think these guys are supposed to be here. And this guy was by himself. Yeah, I think I inadvertently dragged him down. They were not supposed to be there. That's why he was like that. Any rate, this guy here is going to go 2, 3. That would be line of sight, I guess. And we have a 2 activation, 5 recon vehicle is a SPW 259. So that was 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll stop there. Let's do a 2-up 2 attack. The off chance. And we could try a 4, 4-up 2. We're up to... Come on. Get some hits, boys. You're going to get overwhelmed. And we'll stop there. You're going 1. Same thing, recon. We have a 5, PSW 232. Little 8 firepower in the IFE. That's going to hurt. That was 1, 2. I have been putting down residual fire. So that would be 2 there. That would be 1 there. Let's button up. Let's button up, and we're going to come here for 1, 2, 3, 4, and we'll stop there. I'm not going to final protective, a bit early for that, I think. Let's go here. We're almost on the move. It's only been an hour and 20. 5 is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That'd be enough to activate. This is 6. This guy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 8. We said was an escort. And that'll be KFZ 10-4. Bringing in all the weird vehicles, I tell you. All right, he's in bypass. That was 5. Turn 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Turn 11, 12, 13, and we'll stop and bypass 14. All right, you. 2, 4, 6, you. 2, 5, you. 2, 3, 5, 6. Guy's going to say hi. You're going to activate as a 5. Again, that's going to be a recon vehicle. Looking like a PSW 232. It's going to be buttoned up and when it spawns, so I could fire a Piat at it. 10-2's here, so you're in command. Let's do that. We'll fire the Piat. 447 is going to stay concealed. We're looking at a base 7. 2 for motion is drops it down to a 5. It's not a small target. That's good. I've seen you for not that long, so it's going to be +3. I'm going to need Snake Eyes to hit you. So I may as well wait. It's going to stop, and I'll wait for the next turn, so I guess I'm not going to fire. You. 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. Squad leader support weapon. Wow. Squad leader and support weapon. S all the way around. We have a 3s and 9-2. That's great. And the weapon is a 1. A light mortar. Somehow I just don't think so. Let's give him an LMG. What is that? That's 9, so it should be 20 total. Eight more should be 18. All right. What do we say? 3. Oh, and they would have smoke grenade as well. Now, if I fire 1, 2, 3, 4, that would be 8 firepower. Half would be 4. Plus 5 down 1, 4 up 4. So that's not going to work. Well, that sucks. All right, so I guess you guys are good. You're going to stay there. This guy here. Last guy. He's going to go 3, 4, 5, and that's where he has to stop. All right, mercifully, we are done with the movement phase. Defending fire. I don't get any artillery. I can't shoot anything here because there's too much smoke. I got a mortar here, so let me do command die roll for the mortar and the crew so they can both see. And let's fire a round onto these guys here, which is going to be a 5 or less to hit for spotting. Missed. Acquisition. Scribloosh. That's it for shooting for you. You can't see. I'm going to rotate this guy here. I guess he would have been hip, but that's gone now anyways, so that's fine. And nothing doing over here. So that's it for my defensive fire. And advancing fire. Same reasons they can shoot. Op fire, I don't really have anymore. Too much obscuration here. I could fire this concealed. No. No. Tank. Let's get a shot onto here with our machine guns. So that's going to be 12. Is that right? 8 halved is 4. 4 up 4. And then on the main cannon for acquisition. That's an 8 firepower attack. but it's concealed, so it's just not going to work. I think I'm going to hold my fire. You guys, however, you do have assault fire because it is 44. So that could be a 4, 8, 8 up 2. No effect. Adjacent, we're going to have a 6 up 3. And I'm not going to fire these guys here. Just too far away. And that's it for advancing fire. Road phase. All right, so you guys got to scrape back. Let's go to the building. You guys will join them. You guys are going to stay here because you're under the tank, so you don't have to run. And that'll be fine. Now, nothing for the British, I don't think. And we can go with German advance. Let's jump onto this. Should be fun. We have no idea what's there. You guys are going to jump onto this vehicle. We'll use the smoke for cover. If I move that guy, I'm going to activate him. So let's move him here. Roll for activation. 5 is dummy. You'll come under the smoke. No. You'll come here. You're going to go under the smoke. You're going to come here. You'll come to there. You in the building with the leader and the machine gun. You'll come in here. All right, and I think that's going to be it for the advance. Nope, these guys. That would be difficult terrain. I don't want to do that. So you're going to come up here. You're going to come into this location. This is going to be an activation for the for these two guys here. So let's do this guy first. As a AFV with a rider. Jesus. AFV and squatty. So we have a 7. Gets us another tiger and a 658. Two tigers. Jesus. The poor British. What have they done to deserve this? As a rider, and then the other guy. Jesus. Wow. All right, tank and... Wow. Okay, so that's going to be a king tiger with a frickin' assault pioneer. Wow. Now they're really screwed. Wow. Now I need a flank shot. Now I need this flank shot to come in. It's still not there yet. Come forward one more hex, baby. Then I can get that flank shot. That is going to hurt. Wow. Oh, yeah, you're a spotter. Okay, so you guys are fine. You guys are all fine. I think that's enough. Move Monte. And yeah. All right, that's going to be it for the German turn one. Wasn't that fun? Let's do the close combat that we have. Thankfully, we only have the one. Now, British are stealthy, I believe. And the German is lax, I believe. Yeah, elite British are stealthy. All Germans are lax at night. Okay, so they're just normal. So British are stealthy, and he's concealed. That's a -3. So we have the German, who's a 5, and the British are a -2. So we British have ambush, 1-to-1 odds with a -1. Hand-to-hand is an effect. Yes, so I can use hand-to-hand with a -1. That's going to be a 7 for 1-to-1 odds. Yeah, base 7, 1-to-1 odds with a -1. 8 or less I need to kill. I better kill this guy. Leader creation. All right, so that is, yeah. And I keep my concealment. Leader creation. We have a 2. All right, all kinds of good things are happening, mixed in with some bad things. Snake Eyes. British is a -1. Excuse me, we got a 2. -1. Base morale's an 8 is a -2. Net 1. So we have an 8-1 leader materializing out of nowhere. I think we needed that anyways, so that's good. British 8-1. Alrighty. And that, as they say, is that. Quick bio break there, guys. I'll be back in 2 shakes of a lambstail. I need to get some more water. Kind of starving here. Back in a bit. All right, let's get back into it. British turn 1. 1 down, 10 more to go at least. No reinforcements to be had, unfortunately. Let's get a wind change. 9, not even lucky for an RE. No rallies for me. We have a leader here. And the other guy. And nope. Pins come off. Concealment gain I forgot to do. Do they get any conceal gain? I don't think so. And I do have the one repair for the British gun. Too bad, so sad. I really need that gun back in action. I got a King Tiger and 2 Tigers that I got to worry about. What the hell am I going to do with those guys? This guy can come off as well. I mean, I could smoke him off. I am facing the right way. I covered arc. I could just drop a smoke right on top of the King Tiger. That would force him to move. And then I don't have to worry about that much. Let's go to prep fire. Now I need to get some smoke and HE on the go here. I do have a couple mortars set up in depth that I want to use for that purpose. I even have a guy up here in the steeple, 2nd level. So he could theoretically see over the smoke to these guys. Yeah, yeah. The King Tiger. I'm not thrilled to see that show up. I got to be honest. Um, Smoke 7. Now you're elite status, which means that's actually an 8 for depletion value. So that's something. I'm gonna have to fire on the King Tiger. I can't not do it. So let's get a command die roll on the mortar. All right, spotter and the mortar are good to go. So let's put a prep on him. Let's fire on the King Tiger, and we're gonna need a 5 or less to hit it with smoke. You bastard, you. You bastard! I'm out of smoke. So that shot never happened because I'm out of smoke. Well, I destroyed a Sherman with a mortar at Caslow. I wonder if I could destroy King Tiger with one. I'm out of smoke. Can I use white phosphorus? Or is that only in... Yeah, I could fire white phosphorus. Let's try a white phosphorus shot. That's going to hit, so we're going to get white phosphorus down. That would be a +2, which will force a morale check on the SS unit, which they pass. We obscure the tanks, that's great. We do maintain rate of fire, So we could fire another one at this tiger here. So let's do that. Our depletion is increased by 1 because we're elite. So we do get another white phosphorus off. However, it's going to be our last one. So we're going to get 2 of them off. Great. And it's going to be our last one. So we're out of smoke and we're out of white phosphorus. Not too shabby, I guess. So we're out of special ammo really for that guy. Oh well, you served your purpose. Now you got to drop some HE, and we do have rate again, so I could do some HE later on. Now, do we have anything else that can drop smoke? Not really. I need that 57 back so badly. Well, let's go back to dropping HE. What do I want to fire on? So many targets, I don't know what to shoot at. Let's fire at the tiger to our front. On the off chance, the Hail Mary, that this is going to be the shot. Okay, it's not the shot. We get acquisition, we're fine. All right, now we have to start shooting at some dudes. All right, let's do normal shots. You can't shoot again. Too much smoke in the way. You guys are going to have to move, adjust a little bit. This guy here, we do have 10 firepower. We could spray fire. We could spray fire those two Volksgrenadier. That would be on the 4 table for each one. Here and here. With a down 2. Yeah, let's do that. Spray fire, 4 down 2 on both locations. 5 on the 4 is a 1 check. So the 447 is broken, pinned. And the 80 and the 447 is ELR. Rate on the both. So let's fire at this guy now with a full 8 firepower. Down 2. 4 on the 8 should be a 2 check. Yep. Hero. Wounded. And the 658 is broken. And we are done with rate. So you guys are done. Good shooting. The rest of those barrels are going to need them. This 648 is going to fire on the... forgot to roll that. He's going to fire on the broken SS guy. Under the tank. So it'll be a 6-up-1. Enough to DM is going to be a 1 check. Whew. Sniper for the British. Nope. Here it's 9-2. I could fire up through the smoke. We'll cancel out the smoke. +1 still on the 8 table. So let's do that. 8 of 1. NMC for the squad. Squad's going to be fine. Piat is not going to work at 3x range. We're looking at a 5. Not going to play. And I think I'll keep concealment for now. Let's try this shot here into the smoke. You're fine. You don't panic. You're going to look at +2, +3 for target size. Height advantage to +4. So it's going to be a 6 or less to hit. All right, that's going to be a hull hit. We are looking at a base 8, 57 long. I didn't say APCR or APCD, APDS. So AP is going to be 15 down 8 is a 7. We are 4 hexes away. Nothing for range. So we're going to be a 15 down 8. 7 or less will get a kill. And that's a dud. We have a rate of 3, so let's fire APDS. Discarding Sabo. And we're out of discarding Sabo. It's a 5, yeah. So even with elite status, we don't have any. Yeah, all right, well. Oh well, Special Ammo is not going to be playing with us today. Oh, acquisition. And everybody else is going to stay concealed for now. Let's zoom into here. And let's start shooting these guys now. So the 10-2. Command die roll. And we'll start with you on that 4-4-7. 4 up 1. Nothing. You guys are going to fire 12 up 3 into here. 7 on the 12 is a 1 check. 7 on the 6 is an NMC for the bottom guys. So 1 check for that. Let's get the NMC first. So this guy. Heat of battle. Son of a bitch. Holy shit, he's gone berserk. Okay, well. So they lose your conceal. You're now berserk. Let's do the 1 check first. Which you fail. Nope, you're pinned because of the leader. You get an NMC, which you fail. You're dead. You now take a 1 check, task check, which you fail, which means you do not become berserk. So this guy is going to be all by his lonesome in berserk. Now that's funny. That is a funny series of events. I do have rate. Yeah, I think I might hit that, so I'm not going to do that. Leader there. It's 2 firepower. I guess I won't do that. I'm covered this way with my covered arc, so I can't even fire that guy. I guess I'm done. That's fine. You guys did your damage. Very nice. What a strange set of die rolls. You here. I didn't activate that guy. 8. 8 was an escort. Escort is going to be a 5. That's going to overstack that hex of vehicles. STK FZ 71. I'm going to move forward one because I would not overstack deliberately, even though it's going to make be a vulnerable target. I'm going to move forward. I don't want to overstack. I think the penalty is worse than just being destroyed forward. (18, 19, 21, 22, 23). Okay. All right. Which I'm probably going to regret now when I do this shot. Let's do the 648 with the 10-2 against this guy here. No, wait, I forgot to do this. This is flipped over. He's under recall, so he's going to be moving next turn, so I don't have to worry about him. This guy here, I may as well fire everything. So it's going to be on the 20 flat. That's going to be on the vehicle line of the IFT. I need a 10 or less. Large target is a -1. And my -2 leadership with a -3. So basically, that thing's dead. Yeah. It's going to be a 5 and -3 to that. Yeah, 5. Less than equal to, yeah, it's going to be a flaming wreck. Right, so this is a wreck, flaming. Probably shouldn't have moved him there, but oh well. Flaming wreck. We'll bypass in this one over here. And then you guys here. Let's fire the Piat. Now we're looking at a base 7. We have, is that another one? Oh, I don't think crap, I can't remember. Did I not take this counter away? Did I just activate him? I think I made a mistake with that one. I'm going to assume that I made a mistake with that one. This one should have come off. I don't think I should have done that. Oops, I think that's a mistake. I think this was the one from this vehicle that I never should have did. Any rate, Sylvie. Base 7 to hit. Yeah. I guess we get the stone wall for 5. That's going to miss anyways. And then I'm going to fire... No, I can't fire because it's armored. It's fine. You guys will need to take your own command roll. That's a 4, a 7 I should say, and the other guy. Let's separate attack. So 8 up 3. No effect. And you. 8 up 1. No effect. You. Panic. Panic mode. Not what we want. And that's unfortunately all I can really do for the prep fire. And now we got to move. Now I have to be careful because, as I said at the beginning, we're going to have reinforcements for the Germans coming in from one of these three sides. We don't know which one. And therefore I cannot pull anything from any side too soon. I do have a mortar here, which I completely forgot to fire. Let's drop this. We'll fire a 4 up 1 into the 447 in the hill there. That was a waste. And let's go to move. This guy is going to manhandle his mortar into N12. And we're going to spin it that way as we do. What else can we bring to the front on this side here? You guys here, command die roll. Barely, but you do. 1, 2, 3, bypass 4, 5, 6, advance. So let's do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The rest is going to have to stay. I can't move anybody. Maybe you, but if I move you, that makes this whole thing wide open. I can't do it. Can't do it. All right, so defensive fire phase. We have artillery. Let's drop more smoke. I don't need to do that. I could adjust. Won't be much point. It's going to come off in the next turn anyways, so I'm not going to bother. Shooting, you guys are too much smoke. You guys can't see anything really. Here, command die roll. Let's fire 4 up 4. All right, we have rounds. Let's go with the machine guns, 8 up 4. And then we'll do the main cannon. Jesus Christ. A critical hit. Are you killing me? Leader. Heavy. Medium. Well, rip nest. All right, so that's going to be a 2 on the 24, which is a 3K. So both crews are gone. Both machine guns are gone. Yep. And the leader is a 5 on the 12, which is a 2 chuck. And he wondering what the hell just happened to all his support. Skadoosh. Wow. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Yeah. Yeah, that just happened. Okay. Well, alrighty. Over here, we have a mortar and a spotter. I'm not going to fire again. Sorry, Frank. I just saw your point. Consequence A1541, force an NTC to berserk broken units. $1541 for the berserk guy. This guy down here. If you're talking this guy here, he failed. He failed as berserk. When if he would have passed, I believe is when he would have gone berserk. He rolled an 11. Unless I've flipped that around. Is it the other way around? Dean 4-1 leader consequences. If they pass, they become berserk. Yeah, if they don't pass, no change. Yeah, they rolled like an 11. The 658. I rolled a 12 on the crew for the machine gun, and this guy ended up rolling like an 11 or 10 or something. He ended up failing it. So just going to be the one leader that's charging. I'm still reeling from this. Snake Eyes critical. He just wiped out my machine gun nest. Random selection. I got both crews. Unreal. Spotter and gun. Spotter and gun are okay. So let's do some shoosting. And we drop smoke over here. Let's do HE here. Now it's going to be a +2 to hit, so it's going to be 5 or less. That is not a hit. You got rate, so now it'll be a 6 or less. That is a hit. He has rate. He does not have rate because of spotting. He loses 1. When you spot, you lose 1 of your rate of fire, so that's his last shot. But he has acquired twice. Tanks are covered in smoke. I'm not going to bother firing. You got a 4 firepower. Probably not worthwhile. Same with this tank here. Although if I fire group 8 and 6 would be on the 12 table with a +6. So that guy, the 658, and the other guy. So they can all fire. So I could do 12 up 6 into this location. All right, no effect. Gun's not going to fire down below. You're under recall. Not you. Yeah, I guess. 8 firepower up 3. No effect. You don't panic because you're elite, and you're going to be at 12 up 2. That is an NMC, and that is a ELR break. Now he's wounded still, so he can only get 3 move as well, so he'll be hard pressed to run away. The squad underneath is fine, and that's going to be a 12 up 3. 6 on the 12. Sniper is a 2 check. And ELR and break. And then this guy here will be on the 12 up 3, and I missed a sniper. Sniper is hot north or south, north sniper, and he goes 6 for 4. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. So this will be working. Well, it's only a pin. So you're going to pin that guy. The crew will be safe because they have C protection. So you're going to pin the house squad. Big whoop. Don't care. I would prefer to break it. And that's going to be it. I could fire this guy, but there's not much point. Usually don't fire broken guys. Although it is my turn next. And it is only walking wounded. Nah, that's fine. We'll let him go. And let's go to advancing fire, which I don't have any. Road phase. Brokes. All right, so you are going to go 3, 4. You're going to go 1, 2, 3. That's it for the British. The Germans are going to go... No quarters in effect, so you can low crawl away. So you're going to go 1. Not the hero, I guess. You go 1. That's it for that. And then advance phase. That fire just started now, so we don't have to worry about spreading the blaze yet. Down to the south. Advance phase. I think I'm going to move you this way. You're going to come into there. You guys are going to hold firm in the smoke. I got to fill this backspace now. Jesus. All right, let's go down below. Don't know why I'm doing that. I should not be there. This guy's gonna go down as well. Everybody's just gonna shuffle over one. One, two, three. You can do that. It's gonna cost 3 move. No, you can't do that. You'll be CX when you do that because it takes up all your move. Here, how do we do this with this guy? Well, we can put this walk on wounded guy forward. He is concealed. Backfill with this guy. I think that's fine. And then we can go no close combat. And we held on for one more turn. A little bit longer. All right, now we get the fun part. What comes on? All right, so enemy reinforcements, turns 2, 3, and 4 will enter randomly. Let's see. And we get Camp Group Harder from the west. Die roll +3. 5. No, we're not going to do that. That's better. Okay, we're going to get 15 frickin' suspects coming on. And they are going to be... harder is gray. So we need 15 of these. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. All right. Now, the way I split these up so that they're not just randomness is I normally break them up into groups and then I assign them each an entry area so that they enter somewhat close to each other. I have to expand on that. I do that in a different rule set. I don't do it out here. I have to expand on that. One of the weaknesses of Solitaire is the piecemeal way in which the enemy comes at you. And I think one of the ways around that is when they come in side by side. It's much better, I think, for the rules and the system when they do that than if they just come in one at a time, different ways. All right, so what we're going to do, we have 15. We're going to break them up into 2 groups. So we'll have 8 in one and 7 in another. We're going to pick one group coming in from that arrow, and the other group will come in from this arrow. We're going to put one on the arrow, and then one on each side, and then one on top. And the extra ones will go on either side. So this way we have a nice frontage, and we're going to do the same here. One on the arrow, one on each side, one on top, and then the extra one just goes on the end. All right, so that's the reinforcements. Wind change, die roll 6. They get a frickin' RE too. And I forgot to do the artillery strike at the beginning of the prep fire phase. So that is a 6 or 51. '51 hidden gun opens fire. Alrighty. Problem here is what is visible that could still cause damage. It'd have to be this guy here on the first level. So it's going to be a hidden gun. Yeah, all right. So it's going to be a hidden gun up in that location. Now, unfortunately, the Germans only have 2 that can be inside, and that is a Pack 40 or Pack 38. So 1 to 3 will be the Pack 40. So it's a Pack 40. Okay. So this guy's going to be activated. 27, 6, 5, 25. Because that's what we need, right? A back 40. All right, and then we can carry on with the rest of the turn. Okay, so we need rallies to be done on the German side. Two self rallies, so that's one. Nope, that's a leader. Leader, this guy here. Well, that sucked. And I think the rest are all leader led. So let's do this one here. That guy needs a 9. 8. And heat of battle for this guy. That will be -1, +1. Will cancel, so he's going to be fanatic. This guy here needs a 5 and a snake eyes. And then for the British, this guy needs a 3. That comes off. And a gun. Come on, I need that 57 back, man. I have a king tiger I gotta blow up. You're killing me here. All right, prep fire. Artillery strike. 55, I don't believe is an artillery strike. .55 is enemy strong point. No, okay, so that's good. Yeah. All right. So first things first, this gets reduced. This gets reduced. And then this gets reduced. Oh, that's gone actually, because it's only a vehicle. All right, and then this we have to worry about spreading this turn. We can now do other smoke that we want to bring down. So we have another artillery strike. We can move this one now. Where do we want to move it? We have 100 millimeter. We can convert it to HE in place. We have our own units there, so we have to worry about that. Or we can put another artillery strike somewhere else. I think we're going to convert in place. As an HE. It's only a half squad and a half track. We'll take our chances. Yeah, that's fine. We're going to get smoke and HE all in one little happy spot. This is going to be 100 millimeter. and it should do a number on them. I believe it's 100 millimeter. Yeah, 100 millimeter. All right, so on the 20 table, target round with a +3. +10 on the 20 is a 1 morale check. Leader, squad, both fine. 03. That's going to be probably no effect. 13 on the 20 is nothing. Half track in the open. 6 +2 for the half track. We'll put it on the 8 for the crew. Is a 2 check. Open topped is a -1. All armors below 4 is a -2. Brings it down to a 6. So it's the vehicle's fine, but the crew is going to be taking a 2 check, which they fail. So they're going to be stunned as well. And then the squaddies are broken. And then we come to here. That's going to be a 12, which is a pinning. Sniper. And then N3. Nice. All but useless. Very nice. All right, conversion place. Didn't do shit. My wrist is killing me. Alrighty. Now, we're not going to do any more smoke. I think we're done with that. Let's start some movement. Other fires, I should say. This is working out good. I think we're going to move. I don't think we're going to shoot again. Although we could shoot and let the infantry move. We do have acquisition. Let's do this mortar first. All right, so we need the mortar and the crew not to panic. They don't, so we can fire them. And it will require twice, which means we need a 7 or less to hit. They're concealed, actually, so it's going to be 5 or less. No effect. All right, so you guys are pretty well done. Yeah, we'll do this, I guess. Tank is going to fire. 8 firepower, machine guns up 4. No effect. And the main cannon. No effect. I should have just moved. And other shooting, we're going to move. I do have smoke. Depletion is a 10. I should have fired smoke right here. You guys are going to move, I think. You're charging. You don't have a target. And you guys are kind of in weird positions. So I do have this, though. Let's fire that. That's going to be 9, double this on the 16. Had to be on the 8 table with a +2. 7 on the 8 is a 1 check. And you are fine. Then I can do an 8 up 3. No effect. Yeah, let's go to move. All right, first thing first, we'll do the Berserk. And then we'll start from the left and go to the right. Your target is this guy over here. So you're going to go 1, 2. Now I'm kind of screwed myself. Because if I don't shoot this guy, I'm going to have to be forced to fire him when he's in my hex, meaning I can't shoot at anything else. That's a lot of firepower to waste on one frickin' guy. Three. I'll fire there. 10-2 command die roll. I could have used that shot. And we're going to fire on the 24 down 2. 4 on the 24 is a 1 KIA. Good enough. That's what I wanted to do. Dead. Which means I could subsequent first fire up to 4 or 5 hexes away. That's great. Now I can do a normal move. So we're going to start on this side here. We're going to start with you. You're going 1. Guy says boo. Activated as a 7. Harder is there. 7 is nothing. You. Boo. 5 is nothing. Four is nothing. Wow, it's going to be quite the reinforcement pool, isn't it? Wow. Disappointing. All right, finally get something. It's a sticks. Squad and a leader. Squad is a 548 in a half track. That is a 251.10. Now it's going to be in bypass. It won't be passenger. Just be in bypass. Three hexes away. It's going to be base 5 +1 for the orchard. Moving is going to be +3. It's going to be snake eyes. That's not going to work. I could fire an 8 up 3. 8 up 3. Try and pin the crew. Let's go 2. And See if I can do something with that. This is Arn and Frank. Hexy, yeah. Well, that's my plan, Academy. I'm going to try and get it into that. Right now, I submitted Festung Budapest, which to Scott Blanton, and he's doing whatever they're doing with it. I got a Bridge Too Far and Camp Crew Piper, which are almost done. I'm going to try and submit those and try to get them in. And if they don't make it into that, then Scott says they might put them in a journal. So it's looking positive. I can get them in by June, I think. I don't know the timeline for SASL 3rd edition. They haven't said anything, but I'm hoping that they get into it. I really am. I'm continuing the numbering sequence as if they are going to be included in it. So, but yeah, I don't know what the timeline is. I'm hoping. A couple weeks, I want to put these into Scott's hands, and then we'll see. But that's my thought. But yeah, Hexy, this is a Bridge Too Far. All right, so I do have command. Let's drop this, and let's do a 8 up, 3 versus the crew, 2 versus the crew, and 1 versus, or no, 0 versus the squad. Yeah, all right, well, I guess I may as well try this guy. All right, it's a little bit better. We have a sniper, but that's going to be a 3 on the 6 is a K2 versus the squad, so that's good. To check. All right, you're broken, so that's good. And then that would be a 5 on the 6 versus the the vehicle, so that's going to be a 1 check. And they're fine. All right, so that's okay. I slowed them down just a little bit from getting in my face. And then we have one more. He's going to come here for 2. Activation, he's a 6. So out of 7 counters, 1 was activated. What kind of bullshit is that? And you saw when I originally rolled for numbers, the original reinforcements was 2. So here we have 25 now. And we have 26 in this pile. All right, so let's go with these guys here. Start with you. It's going to be Unos. One of these guys will drop concealment temporarily. And here we go again. 6. Okay, now we're cooking. It's probably going to be an AV of some type. Self-propelled gun and a squad. We're going to have a Stug, I think. Yeah, Stug 3GL. And the squad's going to be a 12. Don't give me a 12. A 447 SS, really? All right, well. All right, so you guys are now in play. You spent 1 move so far. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah. That's the storm line. Look at these dice rolls here. Look at these dice rolls, Neil. I mean, we have a nice curve in the bell, but what am I supposed to do with this? Unreal, man. Look at this run. The dice gods, they're not listening. I know they're not listening, but I think they're listening. Yahtzee. Yahtzee dice, that's what these are. Random atmospheric noise, I'm led to believe. Or not so much. I don't have a Piat handy. I think I'm going to be sucking up a Stug shot any time now. Yeah, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's long range. We'll be on the 4 table flat. Well, 4+1 with this. Let's do that. Get command die roll, so he's in command. And this guy will drop conceal. He's going to fire a 4-up-1 onto the troops. No effect. That's a good thing about the British. At least they don't cower. And I don't think I'm going to fire this guy yet. That would be a 4 down 1. I want to see what else crops up. Now, I've only spent 1 move. Normally you stop in solitaire, but I'm going to keep moving. That's 1. And we do have smoke. I do have the combat shotgun. I could always drop that too if I need to. Or just throw a smoke grenade out the hatch. That's 1. Let's come here for 2. Yeah, I waited too long. All right, well, now we got to shoot. So command die roll for that guy. Yep. Let's do a 12 flat. 9 on the 12 is an NMC. And that will break that guy. And the guy will stop because he got no more move left. That's gone. And we first fired. This guy is going to come here for 1. Activate as a 7 is nothing. Ten. Escort vehicle with a squad and a leader. Squad leader. 775. All right, so escort is a case gives Z62. I want to use. Squatty is a 658. And a 7 gets us a... Or 6 gets us a nada. All right, now the 9-1's going to open up. Now I have to do it. All right, so we're going to drop this. The 9-1's going to fire 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 away. I'm hoping that hedge isn't in the way. Whew. Look at that, just squeezed by. All right, just in range, 4 down 1. I have a chance of hurting the vehicle because it's open topped. 7 on the 4 is a pinning over the squad. They're fine, and up 1 would be an 8. Would be a 9 on the 4 for the crew, so that's no effect versus the crew. And I'm going to fire the mortar as well. He's back here. Oh, shit, he has to take his own command die roll. And he panics. Fuck. I forgot there's a floor separating them, so he has to take his own command die roll. And that means the mortar behind him in the ground here can't fire, so that's rip. All right, you're up to bat, buddy. And you panic too. Well, that's shit. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to continue on into bypass, and the squad's going to jump into the building. Now you're going to be forced to final fire, protective fire. And it's going to be a 6 up 2, which means you're going to break. 6 up 2. ELR is... What's your ELR? ELR is 2. You're... you're not a underlying morale anymore because the ELR is dropped. So 648 goes down to a 447. And that front's collapsing. 4 more to go. All right, so next up, misery keeps coming. We got 2. All right, reprieve by a 6. This guy. Eight. We have an escort. I looked at the wrong one. God damn it. Still a half squad. 7 passenger on the 251. 4. So it's going to be an 838 on a 251. .338 on a 251. All right, so that's one move. We don't want to overstack, so we're going to turn for 2. Come here for 3. Turn for 4. Five. I'm going to stop there, but I'm going to final fire this guy here. That'll be a 4 up 2 shot. Yeah, no effect. I could do a 2 up 1 shot as well. Let's do a 2 up 1. No effect. Neil, I saw your video there with Jim. Well done. I was actually going to try and get him on my channel too, but it never worked out. This guy here is going to be going here, activation. As a 7 is a nothing, that's good. And then you, let's go up here. No, down here. That's good enough. Activation, yep. As a 3, it's probably AFV type. Nope. Squad on a half track with a leader, and we have smoke. Squaddy is a 658. Half track is a 251. And the leader down 1 is a 9-1. Nice, nice. Yeah, he is on a bit of hiatus. Yeah, I've been watching your replay as well there. . 658 and a 9-1. 658 and a 9-1. I hope he gets back into making more articles. I understand what he was going for. He wanted to create discussion in the group mind think and such. It didn't really work out that way, but I'm hoping he gets motivated to do more. That would be 30. And 29. It's not too bad for 3 AC. We have 30 and 29. That's not too bad at all for activations. All right, so that's 1. Let's come here for 2, 3. You will? Awesome, awesome. And it's a good thing you're posting all his old articles on your webpage as well, keeping them alive and such. A lot of good reading going on there. 3. I don't want to go into the mouth of, like, this is just such a death trap, but how do I do this? I could come in this way. What if I back up and I come in this way? That was 2. Let's come here for 3. 4. Let's do command die roll, which I completely forgot about. So this guy actually would not have panicked if I ever thought about it. So he's in command. I imagine with the many years that Jim has in this field that you can't step away for too long. It's going to suck him back in. Oh, you have a news ticker? Nice. Okay, okay. Yep, sure. That's going to clip. Will that clip? Well, let's find out. Yeah, clip the orchard. So that's going to be +1. 2 for the crew exposed, be +3. -1 would be a net +2 on the 8. 8 up 2 is a freaking miss, man. Come on. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5. Where am I going? What if I come this way, all the way over here? Let's fire a Piat. We have a base 7, 1 for the orchard, 2 for moving. Is a 4. 1, 2, 3. It's going to be 3 or less to hit. Small target, snake eyes. All right. Well, there goes that idea. And then we'll do a 6 up 3. Yahtzee. At least the British don't cower. There's always that. 5 on the 6 is a 1 check. So 9-1. 658. In the vehicle, so it doesn't matter. And the crew, sniper. No sniper. All right, so the crew's fine. You're pinned in the vehicle. It doesn't really matter. That's kind of funny. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Stop for 10. Unload. I could jump in. This will be 6, 7. We'll stop here. 8. 7 stop plus 4 would be 11 unloading. And we'll stop there. All right, so that's it for move. Oh, for those guys. Still got all these guys to do. Jesus. All right, let's start with you. No panic, so you're just going to assault move into there. You're going to go 1, 2, one for startup, 2, 3. Or 5. Stop and bypass. You'll come here for start 1, 2, pivot 3, 4, 5. Let's go hatches down. No, we're not going to do that. Yeah, we are going to do that. That's 3, 2, or I should say 2, 3, 4, pivot 5, 6, 7. We're going to stop there. You're going to start up for 1. 2, 3, 4, 5. Stop for 6. Um, what is a wall for armored cars? NA, which obviously kind of makes sense. So I can't come that way, so I have to back up. Start up in reverse, come all the way back here. Yeah, let's start up in reverse. For 1. I'm going to try and drop a Piat into the engine hatch. 10-2 command die roll. Let's drop a Piat. That's going to be a base 7. That should hit. Kill. Should be a dead. That is a 3. Oh yeah, yeah. Flaming Wreck. I forgot to check for Blaze last time as well. All right, so this thing is ablaze and dead under the bridge. And you're under recall, so let's just move you off. Get rid of you. Don't really care. Berserk guy already ran. You are going to move. How are we going to move you? Here to here. Yeah. Come under the bridge for one. Let's, one of them is going to try and throw hand grenade into, smoke grenade into R16. Hand grenade. Really? And the other guy as well. All right, so that didn't work out. You're going to come this way for 1, 2, 3. You guys are going to final fire. That's going to be on the 8 table up 2. That is 9 on the 8's a pinning task check. That's a pin. And 4 residual. You guys are going to assault move into R16. Yeah, you made your, no, you guys need your own roll. You don't panic because you're elite. You're going to pick that up. And then you're going to come forward 1. You. And go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You. You're going to come under here for 2. Activate as an 8. What is an 8 for Grabner? An escort vehicle. That's going to be fun. 5, 7, 1. Okay, well, that's not going to work out. So you went in there for 2. You got activated. You're going to stop for 3. The Piat guy fired, so I got to mark him. Oh, yeah, sorry, Neil, I just saw that there. Can't go over. Yeah, you're right about that. Yeah, thanks, Neil, for stopping by. All right, well, what am I going to do with that guy? My wrist is killing me. Oh, and I missed another sniper, didn't I? I could move forward, but I'm going to die when this guy shoots me. Left right now is a PI, so the squad still has to fire. So let me change that to support weapon. I can't stay in that location. I spent 2 move to go in. I come into here, I'm going to get blasted with 20 firepower, which is going to kill me. I would have to stop for 3, reverse motion for 4, back up for 8, 12, would put me back into T18 and then stop there. That's what we'll do. All right, so I'm going to stop in T18 after backing up for 2 hexes. You are going to go this way for 2. And then you'll be under here. That'll activate. Let's see, roll that. Let's move you guys forward. I think we have enough of fire base. We don't need to put you guys back here. Let's go 1. Bypass 2, 3, 4, 5. I think that's a smart play. This location here, we do have an AT gun. This could fuck us up. I probably should have fired a smoke shell in the prep fire phase. If I assault move, or armored assault, I could get to P13. And I could dash into there too, by the way. Smoke discharger, 7. Alright, so this tank here and the 658 are both going to armored assault into P13. And we're going to pop smoke. The 9-2 is going to do a command die roll, which means that they are in command, allowing this guy to shoot at 658 before they put the smoke up. So that would be a 4 flat. 7 on the 4 is a pinning. And they're fine, no rate. The squad's going to continue into the building. Actually, I'm going to let this guy shoot too. That's going to be an 8 down 2. 9 on the 8 is a pinning. And they are pinned in that location, which means that they're going to be stopped there, and that's going to be a 4 residual in that location as well. This guy's going to assault move into P14. We'll try this guy here. He needs his own command roll, which he panics, so he shits the bed. You're in command because of this guy, so we're going to use the 468. 1, 2, 3, 4, both of you. You'll drop that. That's going to be 8 firepower plus 1 minus 1, so 8. Actually, plus 1 because he used a assault move. So it's going to be 8. 8 up 1. 1 check, and he's fine. And that would be 2 residual in that location because of the orchard. Now you are going to dash through the smoke into this building here. That means you're going to take a 2 or 4 residual with a +1, wrong, +2 smoke, -1 for non-assault. Would be a net +1 on the 4 table. 8 on the 4 is a miss, so you're going to be able to survive that. The question is do I subsequent first fire on you as well? That would be on the 6 table. Halved would be on the 2 table. -2 +2 cancel, and it would be, actually that would be halved again because you're dashing. So it would be a 1 down 1. Or I wait till you land into this building, and that could be on the 2. No, it'd be on the 6. Yeah, I'll let you get into the building. And then I can fire at you with 6 firepower with a +1. 6 up 1. 1 check. And you're pinned. This leader is going to come to here. Alrighty, we got some white phosphorus and we got some 6.58s on tanks. Now we have to get close. How are we going to do this? First fired here, final fired now. We have one more guy to go. Who's this guy fired? Oh, it's a mortar. Okay. Tank is good to move. So, stall die roll. 1, start. This would be 2. This would be 2. We'll stay away from the mortar. We don't want to get a fluke shot. All right, we'll drop this. A Piot will not penetrate a tiger from the front. 15, I believe, is the kill we said. 11 frontal in the hull, and it has to be nothing for range, so it's a 4 less to kill from the front. And a 2x range is a base 7. Well, let's fire the squaddy. So we'll do a 6 flat on the squad. That's a 1 check. And that's fine. We went 1. Where's my counter? Two. I gotta try the Piot. Nothing for range. Nothing for... I need a 4 less to kill if I can hit. Unless I get a critical. Oh, this frickin' game. This game, I tell you. Oh. Well, I just got a critical. So 15 becomes 30. It's a turret hit. Um, yeah, anything but a 12. Wah, wah, wah. Um, yeah. Alrighty. Well, yeah. What do I do with that, eh? What do I do with that? So here's the thing, though. Okay, well, let's pretend that didn't happen. Um, um, do I final fire on this guy? Because as a German player, what I would be thinking about doing is driving into this guy, bypass, swinging my turret around, and doing a bailout into this hex. It is a sneaky way to get this 658 into this hex without having to do any kind of berserk overrun. If I do that and I'm final fired, I would then have to final protective fire and risk breaking my own guy in this location. Although I am fortified, how would that work in a fortified location? That is interesting. Can you bail out into a fortified location? Oh, I gotta do a look on that one. Just give me a few minutes here, guys. I'm not even gonna think about that Yahtzee die roll. Nope, not gonna think about it. Frank, stop laughing. Stop laughing. It's not funny. Fortified. Oh, okay. So here's a Q&A, by the way, if you guys wonder about that answer like I was. So what I'm curious about is this here. If I were to take this tank, drive it into this bypass hex, spin my turret around, forcing a bailout, in a normal building, they would be able to enter this building without having to pay any kind of cost. However, because it's fortified, occupied by a good order unpinned enemy, they survive any defensive fire, then they're bounced back because of this, which means they're going to be bounced back into that open hex. if no such location exists, they're going to be eliminated. So in essence, they would be eliminated. Yeah, so all that to say is I would not be able to do it. I was thinking about that if I could have just entered that location, get a free run into that building, but no. So that was 1, 2, 3. If I bail out the infantry, it would be half my move would be 6. A quarter of my move would be 10. I would have to ESB for 1, and then I could enter this hex as an overrun. Which I'm going to do. All right, so I'm going to bail out. Take our Malrow chuck. I pass. So I'm going to be underneath the vehicle. All right, Frank, you have a good dinner, buddy. I'm probably going to stop after this turn anyways because I'm a bit frazzled, to be honest. We're going to do an ESB of 1 movement point to do an overrun and breach this fortified building. All right, so I don't stall, I don't break. I'm now in this location to do my overrun. You guys can't do anything because you've already fired your Piat. You can't fire it again. You have gammon bombs, but you have to wait for my attack to happen first before you can CC reaction fire. So I'm going to get off my attack, which is going to be on the 16 table with a +4. 16 up 4. 10 on the 16 is a 1 check or an NMC. NMC. NMC for the Fnatic 648. And he is fine. All right, now I can do my Gammon Bomb check, which I don't have. Looks like I'm pinned. Oh, I need a Patsy anyways. Oh, wait, I'm Fnatic. I don't have to worry about Patsy, so I'm good. CC reaction fire. And I fail. So we're going to be dueling that up. I'm inside the building. These guys are now hanging outside the building. That's great. And yeah. All right, so that kind of went okay. Now you don't panic. You're going to come this way for start for 1, stall die roll. Let's go 1. You are going to do a command die roll. You barely make it, but you do. And you're going to fire 6 down 2 at the infantry on the tank. 4 on the 6 is a 2 check, right? Yeah. Pinned, you're on the vehicle, so it's... I don't think a pin matters when you're a rider. Hmm. PRC. No, they're vulnerable, but I don't think a pin does anything to units. AFV writers bail out. Okay. Yeah, must bail out if pinned or broken. All right, so they got a bailout, and they're fine. Okay, so they're underneath the vehicle, and the vehicle can carry on now. So first fire for those. I got to be careful now. They do have a DC. I don't think I want to get very close to that. Let's come here for 3, and I think we're going to stop there. Assault move 1 hex. Let's final. And it's going to be a 6 down 3. Alrighty, if you say so. We'll switch fire in the defensive fire phase. You... we got to get moving here. Let's go assault move. Let's throw smoke grenade to Q8. Good thing you're assault engineer. You come forward 1. You. Move forward 1. Everybody's going to slide forward 1. I think you're good, but I'm probably going to fire on you. I'll wait for the defensive fire phase. Here we have a hero. Let's bring him into there so you can use him. This guy. All right, bog this guy if he doesn't panic, which he doesn't. Unbogging die roll. So it's going to be 9 to unbog. Let's go. Jesus. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. We'll stop 16. Give some protection to the gun crew. You guys are all hanging out. You guys are going to have to move. So let's go. Let's go 1 here. Activate. As a 9, and that's going to be Brinkman is a squad. 658 on a 251-1. That was 5 to go there. This will be 6. Seven. Stop for 8. We'll unload. I can't even FPF. Unreal. And you're gonna come there as well. AC will not be enough to activate. So you two guys are done for this round. $31 and $32. Very nice. Spug with AS. All right, so we have a Stug 3GL. With a 658. And we said 4. So they do have a smoke grenade, but we already got white phosphorus, so we don't need to worry about that. Let's put them underneath. So we spent 5 for the vehicle, 2 for the infantry. We'll continue forward for 3 and 6. Actually, it would have been smoke, so it would have been 4 and 7. So yeah, that's fine. We'll stop there. And I think that is about it for the move. Defending fire. What do we have that can possibly do some damage? Mortar. Spotter. Mortar tube. All right, you guys are in range. Let's bring some pain. We're going to fire the mortar right here. Right there. You're going to drop some HE. You need a 5 or less to hit. That is a hit. Rate of fire. Drop one right down the hatch, please. Would be nice. We have a 7 on the... and the 8 is a 1 check. NMC for the 658. And the vehicle is stunned. Right, we'll swing fire onto the 548. No rate of fire, but that will hit. And on the 8 table, we have a 5, which is going to be a 2 check. And that'll be enough to break you. So a little bit of pressure eased off. That's good. And over here, I guess I'll have to fire it on that guy, which is a waste. Actually, I don't even have HE. Because, oh no, I do have HE. Depletion, though. HE 7. Wow. I'm not going to waste my HE on that guy. All right, down here. This guy here. He's going to fire 8 up 3. This guy is kind of screwed right now because he can't do anything. I think that's all I can do. This guy should have been broken. Yeah, we are seriously hurting. The British are seriously hurting. It's only turn 2. All right, advancing fire. Let's get some shots off on the left. Here we're going to have an 8 up 3. And we're going to have assault fire, a 6 up 3. Nothing from you guys. You guys are going to worry about that later. Here we're going to have a 6 up 3. And then a 6 up 2. Let's do a 6 up 4. And the King Tiger, or the Tiger, I should say, is actually, wait, that's the King Tiger, right? Yeah. He's going to fire his 8 up 4 from machine guns. And then the main cannon. He broke his main cannon. That's clutch. We're going to do a 4 up 3 from the Pioneers. 5 on the, 6 on the 4 is an NMC. So this guy here, pinned and broken. No. He's not pinned though. I forgot they're fanatics, so he's not pinned. Okay. Yeah, it's spicy in that area. Here we have a 4 up 4. 8 on the 4 is a miss, and then the Stug to hit is that. It's not what I wanted. Nothing else. Oh, that's got to go, yes. Nothing else worth shoosting, and road phase. All righty then, let's do some movement. You guys have to get out of the way. Where do you run to? Back here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, and then we have one over here. All right, and then we have the British. Wow, they're going to be inside my headquarters in the first or second turn. That is really dire straits. Really, really dire straits. Blaze spread. Stone spreads on a 9. EC are... What are EC? EC are moderate, so there's going to be no modifier, which means that blaze is going to spread to here. So this is gone. We have a blaze. I forgot shrouding, just smoke. I forgot smoke drifting. Oh my god. I forgot 2 rounds of drifting smoke because we have a moderate breeze. Unreal. Completely messed that up. There should be drifting smoke all over the place. All over the place should be drifting smoke. Oh. Wow. All right, so that is the route phase. Now the Germans can advance in relative safety for the most part. We're still in the half track. Oh wait, you. You're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4. You have to retreat to here. You're gonna advance into there. You guys are gonna advance into there. You'll come into there. You'll come into there. Let's stay under the smoke. Probably safer that way. All right, we're going to gain entrance into the British headquarters on turn 2. Just like that. So we have a breach, which means this guy can now enter this location, and we can go right into CC. That's all going to come forward. Everybody here is going to come forward. And that's it. Close combat. All right, so the combat that is close, we have one here. Now, ambush terrain, so we have stealthy British. We don't have any ambush, actually, because the tank is already inside. So there's not going to be any ambush. We're just going to have combat. So let's do this 6 on 6, 1-to-1 is going to be a 5. So nothing for the German. The British coming back, a 1-1 is a 5. And nothing for them. Now, I could use the Navati de Gugneswaffen, but that would kill my own guys too. So I'm not going to use that from the German tanks. So we're stuck in melee with the infantry. I'm not going to use that. That's there. And then this one here, 1-1. They're walking wounded, so they're not elite or anything like that. And 1-1 for the German ambush, I should say. So German's at a 3. Walking wounded is at a 6. We have ambush. 1-1 with a -1. And they are 1-2 with a +1. So no ambush there. No kill there, I should say. I should use hand-to-hand. Either way, it wouldn't have mattered. All right, so that's going to be it for that. And that is it for the German turn 2. $356 dice rolls. We still got a lot of red. 68 sevens, which is redonkulous. 15 12s. 18 snake eyes and 15 12s. That is crazy. I am going to stop there, guys. I'm a bit famished myself. Frank's already had supper, and I'm going to be joining him. I actually got to go make supper. Thank you guys very much for stopping by the Saturday stream. I'm going to carry on with this. We still got 8.5, 9.5 turns left to do. I got to make sure that the scenario works before I can publish it. So we're going to do this again, maybe tomorrow. I'm not sure. We'll have to see how that goes. But I am going to be continuing on with this. Not to worry. We're going to see how it goes, how the British make out. Thank you guys very much for stopping by.